Hey there, wonderful people. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's incredibly important in our daily lives. Spotting signs when someone might be taking advantage of your kindness or generosity. It's an issue many of us face, whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or even in our professional circles. Understanding these attitudes can be a game changer, helping us build healthier connections and avoid those who might not have our best interests at heart. You see, recognizing when someone is using you isn't about being overly suspicious or cynical. It's about being mindful of our interactions and safeguarding our emotional and mental well-being. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's uncover these 10 attitudes that might indicate someone is using you. Remember, awareness is the first step towards creating relationships built on mutual respect and care. 1. Always taking, never giving. Picture this. You're always the person lending a helping hand, listening ear, or offering your support whenever someone needs it. You're there through thick and thin, ready to assist without a second thought. Yet when it comes to receiving support, or even just a lending ear for your own challenges, it's as if the other person suddenly disappears or isn't as available. You might find yourself constantly offering your time, energy, or resources, whether it's helping with projects, offering advice, or being a reliable shoulder to lean on. Yet, when the situation flips and you require similar support, there's an eerie silence or a subtle reluctance from the other side. It's not just about material things, it's about emotional and mental investment too. You might notice a pattern where your efforts to understand, empathize, or be there for someone else are met with a lack of reciprocity. It's this perpetual cycle where your generosity and care seem to flow in one direction, leaving you feeling drained and unnoticed in return. 2. Disappearing act. Imagine this scenario. You have a friend, a partner, or maybe even a colleague who seems to have a habit of going off the grid. They vanish from your life until they need something. You might notice a pattern where they're mysteriously absent during your tough times, celebrations, or even just everyday moments when you could use their company or support. It's like they have a radar that activates only when they require your assistance, your expertise, or your attention. Suddenly, out of nowhere, they reappear, often with a request or a need that they expect you to fulfill, without questioning their absence until that point. This disappearing act can manifest in various ways. It might be the friend who's always unavailable for a heart-to-heart chat, but miraculously appears when they need advice. Or the colleague who conveniently disappears when it's time to contribute to team efforts, but emerges seeking your input during critical project phases. 3. Lack of reciprocity. Picture this scenario. You're in a friendship, a partnership, or even a professional relationship where you find yourself sharing your accomplishments, your challenges, and your aspirations. However, instead of receiving genuine interest or support, the conversation swiftly shifts back to the other person. You might notice that whenever you open up about your achievements or struggles, the focus quickly veers away from you. It's almost as if your experiences become an opportunity for the other person to redirect the attention back to themselves, often without acknowledging your feelings, efforts, or achievements. This lack of reciprocity can leave you feeling unheard, unseen, or undervalued. It might seem like a small thing at first, but over time, this consistent behavior can create a sense of imbalance in the relationship. It becomes apparent that the attention and support you offer aren't reciprocated in the same meaningful manner. 4. Manipulative behavior. Imagine being in a relationship where the other person employs subtle, or sometimes overt, manipulation tactics to get what they want. It might start with seemingly innocent comments or actions that slowly steer your decisions or emotions in a direction that benefits them. Manipulation comes in various forms. It could be guilt-tripping you into doing things you're uncomfortable with, using emotional blackmail to sway your choices, or even gaslighting you into questioning your own thoughts and feelings. These tactics are often employed subtly, making it challenging to recognize them at first. For instance, they might use phrases like, "If you really cared, you would," or "You're the only one I can rely on," subtly nudging you to comply with their wishes while disregarding your boundaries or needs. Over time, this behavior can erode your confidence, leaving you second-guessing your own instincts and feelings. 5. Conditional friendship. Picture this. You have a friend who seems to be around only when it suits their needs or desires. Their friendship feels more like a transactional arrangement rather than a genuine connection built on mutual care and support. In a healthy friendship, there's an understanding that both parties are there for each other regardless of circumstances. However, conditional friendships are different. They're based on what you can provide or offer, and when that resource or benefit diminishes, so does their interest in maintaining the friendship. You might notice that this friend is incredibly attentive and available when they require something, be it your time, expertise, connections, or emotional support. But when the situation is reversed and you seek the same level of attention or help, their enthusiasm suddenly wanes. It's not just about occasional support, it's about feeling like you're valued beyond what you can provide. Genuine friendships thrive on empathy, shared experiences, and trust, not on an ever-changing list of conditions or favors. 6. Exploiting your skills or resources. Imagine finding yourself in a scenario where your skills, knowledge, or resources are constantly sought after by someone else, but when it comes time for them to reciprocate, they're noticeably absent or unresponsive. This attitude often manifests in various forms. It could be a colleague who frequently leans on your expertise for projects, but is nowhere to be found when you require their input or collaboration. Or it might be a friend who consistently asks for your help, but seems disinterested or unavailable when you need theirs. You might notice a pattern where your talents, connections, or possessions are seen as readily available resources to be tapped into without considering your own needs or limitations. It can leave you feeling like your contributions are taken for granted and unacknowledged, leading to a sense of imbalance in the relationship. Exploitation isn't just about material resources, it's also about respecting each other's time, efforts, and boundaries. Healthy relationships involve a mutual give and take where both parties contribute and support each other willingly and equally. 7. Lack of respect for boundaries. Imagine being in a relationship where your boundaries, be they physical, emotional, or personal, are consistently disregarded or ignored by the other person. Respecting boundaries is fundamental in any healthy relationship. It's about acknowledging and honoring each other's limits, needs, and comfort zones. However, when someone consistently overlooks your boundaries, it can create feelings of discomfort, unease, or even resentment. This lack of respect for boundaries can manifest in various ways. It might be a friend who frequently borrows your belongings without asking, assuming it's acceptable to use what's yours without your explicit consent. Or it could be a partner who invades your personal space, disregarding your need for privacy or alone time. Sometimes it's not just physical boundaries that are breached. Emotional boundaries, such as discussing topics that make you uncomfortable or pressuring you into situations you're not okay with, can also be violated. Recognizing and enforcing your boundaries is crucial in maintaining your well-being and fostering respectful relationships. It's about asserting what you're comfortable with and ensuring those boundaries are respected by those around you. 8. Constant criticism or negativity. Imagine being in a relationship where you find yourself consistently subjected to criticism, negative comments, or an overall pessimistic outlook from the other person. It might start subtly, with occasional critical remarks about your choices, opinions, or actions. Over time, this behavior might escalate into a pattern where almost everything you do seems to invite negativity or criticism. It can feel draining and demoralizing to be around someone who seems to focus solely on the negatives. This constant criticism might not always be directed explicitly at you. It could manifest as a generally negative attitude toward life, where the person consistently sees the glass as half empty and brings down the mood in any situation. In healthy relationships, there's room for constructive feedback and discussions, but constant criticism without any acknowledgement of your efforts or positivity can be emotionally taxing. 9. Sudden interest in your life. Imagine experiencing a sudden surge of curiosity from someone who, up until now, has shown little to no interest in your life or personal affairs. It might start with a barrage of questions about your hobbies, your social circle, or even your past experiences that seem unusually probing or out of character for the other person. This newfound interest might feel jarring, especially if it contrasts sharply with their usual disinterest or lack of engagement in your life. This behavior can sometimes stem from ulterior motives, where the person might be seeking information or leverage for their benefit. It could be a friend or acquaintance who suddenly wants to know more about your connections or resources when they've previously shown little regard for your life beyond surface-level interactions. 10. Vanishing act when you need them. Imagine finding yourself in a situation where someone who you've considered a friend, a partner, or a support system suddenly becomes unavailable or distant when you're in need. In healthy relationships, there's an understanding that both parties will be there for each other during challenging times. However, when you seek their support, whether it's for emotional reassurance, advice, or practical help, you're met with unresponsiveness or excuses for their absence. It might feel disheartening and isolating to realize that the person you've relied on in the past seems to vanish or become notably unavailable just when you require their presence or assistance. It could be during moments of celebration, during tough times, or even in everyday situations where their support would have meant a lot. This behavior can leave you feeling let down, questioning the reliability of the relationship, and wondering if your needs or emotions are being valued and respected. And that's a wrap on our exploration of these 10 attitudes that might indicate someone is using you. Recognizing these signs is a crucial step in safeguarding your emotional well-being and maintaining healthy relationships. Remember, this isn't about being overly suspicious of everyone around you. It's about being mindful of the dynamics in your relationships, ensuring that they're built on mutual respect, trust, and genuine care. If any of these attitudes struck a chord with you, know that you're not alone. It's common to encounter these behaviors in various relationships. The key lies in identifying them early on and taking necessary steps to address or distance yourself from toxic dynamics. Your experiences and stories matter. Sharing them in the comments below might just help someone else going through a similar situation. Remember, your boundaries, feelings, and contributions deserve to be respected and valued in any relationship. Creating healthy connections takes effort, communication, and mutual understanding. It's about surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you just as much as you do for them. Thank you for joining in on this discussion. If you found this video helpful or insightful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more discussions on fostering healthier relationships. Take care of yourselves, set those healthy boundaries, and remember, you deserve relationships that nurture and respect you. Until next time, stay mindful and take steps to build connections that truly enrich your life. Bye for now.